The story begins with an old hospital that the townspeople now see only as a place of fear. Years ago, a fire broke out there. The evacuation was delayed, and many patients never made it out alive. Since then, the hospital has been shut down, filled with cobwebs, shattered glass, and silence. Even during the day, no one dares to look in its direction, let alone go near it at night. John had heard stories about that hospital ever since he was a kid. His grandmother used to say that after midnight, footsteps could be heard inside, as if some doctor was still making his nightly rounds. But John always laughed it off. He thought people just liked to exaggerate fear. One evening, his friends challenged him. They said, "If you're really that brave, go inside and prove it." That was all John needed to hear. As the sun went down and the streets grew empty, he made his way toward the old hospital. The rusty gate creaked in the cold wind, and the old board that read St. Mercy Hospital swayed slowly back and forth. He pushed the gate open. A cloud of dust rose into the air, carrying the stench of decay, as if the place hadn't breathed in years. The cracked tiles under his shoes made faint crunching sounds. A long hallway stretched before him, the doors on both sides broken and hanging off their hinges as though someone had tried to force them open. John walked slowly forward. His phone's flashlight flickered, growing dimmer with every step, as if the battery were draining unnaturally fast. Maybe it was just bad signal, he thought. In the first room, he pointed his flashlight inside. An overturned stretcher lay in the corner, and from underneath it came a faint scraping sound. John froze, holding his breath, but the noise stopped as suddenly as it began. He told himself it was probably just a rat. The next room made him stop cold. There were hand-drawn scratch marks all over the wall, as if someone had tried to claw their way out. The marks went lower and lower, and then, abruptly, disappeared. His throat felt dry. Still, he didn't turn back. He walked toward the third room. That's when he felt it. Someone walking behind him. He spun around, shining his light down the hallway, but there was no one there. Yet the sound of footsteps continued. Slow, bare, and deliberate. John's heartbeat quickened. He was about to head back toward the exit when something on the right wall inside the room caught his eye. Something white, slightly moving. For a moment, he froze. The flashlight beam landed on it. It wasn't fabric. It was a hospital gown. And someone was standing inside it, head bowed, motionless. John wanted to step back, but his legs wouldn't move. The figure slowly lifted its head. Its face was blurry, almost melted, except for two hollow black holes where the eyes should have been. It said nothing, just took one step forward. And at that same moment, from the end of the hallway, the sound of many footsteps echoed, all running towards him. John screamed and bolted for the exit. His phone slipped from his hand, but he didn't stop to pick it up. As he reached the gate, he felt a warm breath on the back of his neck, too close to be real. He fell to the ground outside. When he looked up, the gate was slowly swinging shut on its own. From inside came the faint sound of footsteps again, followed by a low, distorted laugh that didn't sound human at all. After that night, John never went back to that part of town. He never told anyone the full story, but sometimes, late at night, he'd wake up to the sound of footsteps outside his bedroom door. Slow, barefoot, just like the ones he'd heard inside that hospital. To hear more terrifying stories like this one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below the channel.